Ready, everybody, and do you hear the people sing, singing the song of angry men? It is the music of a people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. One more time. Do you hear the people sing, singing a song of angry men? It is the music of the people who will not be slaves again. When the beating of your heart echoes the beating of the drums, there is a life about to start when tomorrow comes. One more time. Oh. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Donna. Happy birthday to you. Dominguez, and he did Boys to Men when, like from 11 to 13, and now he's 19, and he's working at the optical lab at Costco, and we just connected on Facebook, and I said, hey, let's meet tomorrow for lunch. So, Leonel Dominguez.
Moment then in your thoughts. Sure. Okay, I got a couple happy bucks because I'm really happy to have Bill back because I really think he adds a lot to the club. Thanks so much.
Bucks, I have 10 happy dollars because I just realized that I have been part of this club for more than a decade. You guys have been dealing with me. So I want to thank you for, I won't roll it in because I don't want to be more disruptive than I already am, but there's a second half full rolling rack of donations that the Kiwanis have come forward with of men's clothing.
What language you're speaking?
Come and see me tomorrow. Then come on down. I hope.
We had our golf tournament last Thursday, and those of you that were there, I know Jay was there, Charlie was there, Brian was there, and we had a Connie was there. Yes, absolutely, Connie was there. We had a good time. The course was in immaculate shape. Next year we're going to look at a little bit different timing of it, but we had just short of 60 people. Last year we only had about 40, so we were up 20 from there. Next year we ought to be up from that. The second item is I have the forms here for those of you who had committed to pledge for the new Centennial Award at Kiwanis International to support Eliminate. And this is a program where our foundation has committed to pay half of the $1,500. So if you write a check, fill this out, write a check for $750. The foundation will write a check for $750, and we will present you with this award. It has to be between now and June. And it's the only time in the history of Kiwanis, and it honors the 100th anniversary of Kiwanis. So if you'd like one of those, just see me. Thank you.
Now in June?
Out on the East Coast, working with educators in Massachusetts, and was able to hop on a plane in Boston on Sunday and miss all of that craziness that's taking place there now. So the biggest deal out of all, after 11 and a half months of my wife being out of work, yesterday she went and reported her first day of work as an HR business partner with ADP, and we were.
I had the opportunity last Friday night to attend the Gompers Key Club midterm banquet, and it is just it's amazing to me how this Key Club at Gompers has gone from 10 people up 10 students up to 62 students. The students were standing up saying how much this Key Club has meant to them in regards to service, in regards to leadership. Parents were standing up saying what wonderful kids they have now because of Key Club, and they can see a real difference in these kids. So I just think that Gompers, it's just amazing what's happened there with their advisor and how they've taken the Key Club so much further. So I
have $10. Apologies to June, Richard, Angela, the membership committee, youth services committee, young professionals committee. that I've been gone, but I'm really happy to be back. Honestly, Kiwanis really is like an AA, if anybody has been through it. It's like I feel not complete and depressed when I'm not here. No, I'm not at the beach every day, okay? Everyone sees my pictures. That is taken at 6, 7 in the morning. I just don't sleep now. So, but I have been in LA, I've been in Vegas. I'm trying to start this trial business with my 23-year-old brother, who 23-year-olds, not the easiest people to work with. So it's been really interesting, really good challenge, but the business is thriving. So, you know, even though I haven't been here, I'm not just, you know, not missing you guys. I'm really trying to work hard getting this started. So thanks for your patience. I hope to be back more, but again, I'm still living out of the trunk of my car, at least for the next couple months. So
I was reminded by the figure 100 years. It reminds me that in January, and I can't remember the date of the year, of course, but I do know it was 25 years ago that George Schmalhofer brought me into this club. Yes. And I don't think there are many of us here who remember George, but I'm still here.
Look at me.
We're celebrating 42
Hey,
years.
take your mustache off so the words come out.
You should see the one on the face.
He's his own self, I tell you. It's good. It's we're celebrating 42 years.
42
I guess this weekend I had a friend ask me if I want to do the Cardiff Kook race a couple weeks ago, and I guess I'm doing it, but I have no clue I'm dressing up as. We'll find out.
It's nice to be visiting you tax-paying Californians, and Nevada is lovely. We love it up there.
Is that the freeloader John Kaiser?
You got it.
That we are aligned with in doing work for children in Tijuana, and we've known about the Universidad Iberoamericana Foundation for quite some time. We were helping them for many years do a mobile bookmobile in Tijuana. The city of Tijuana has now taken over our project and is running it. So we're glad to see that evolve into that. And then we heard about another program which was very important in Tijuana, that is called the Promotores. And I don't even know if I pronounced it properly, but anyway, it's a group of people who get 2 years of training. And in that 2 years, they are taught how to recognize health problems, how to give counseling and guidance to children and to families regarding their good health. It is involved in things like recognizing diabetes and recognizing other health problems. And our second year of supporting that program, and Lily is here to, she is the one who runs the program. David just claims it. This is Father David Ungerleider, who is a Jesuit priest, and he has his fingers in the pie and helps us move the funds to where they belong. But we are very pleased to be associated with that program, and Lily has already told me that they will proudly display this banner at the site of the training, so that this is what we have produced from the foundation, so that all of those receiving some sort of assistance from the foundation will display this. So we're grateful for that. And I'd like to, if I may, present a check. Absolutely. Okay, if you will stand. Here's a check for $8,000 to help you with your work there in Tijuana. And
Art and some of the others that are in the room went down. There was one guy. Now there's 3. So the reason why I point that out is because when you're dealing with a lot of social, or really Lily points this out, I'm just translating it, inequalities and stuff, women are more kind of inclined to take care of some of the health needs and the education of their children, sometimes and most times I would say more than men. But it's kind of good right now that we have 3 men on board that are taking the course and the 46 women, and indirectly, she's got 220 others involved in it. And as indirectly, and as Art had mentioned, you know, it's focused in on healthcare, health needs, and education of children as well as their parents. They're going to be coming out with a small book of their accomplishments shortly, and we'll make sure that all of you get a copy of that, because I think it'd be important to share the good news stories. And as Lily has been doing for most of her adult life, and things to do, and a lot of things are being done, but it's thanks to all of you.
Thank you for your support and your kindness, and we hope you come again and visit us and see by yourself the group of these men and women. I told Father David the education for the women are very, very important, because when one woman educate himself, this not only this woman, it's all the people are around her. And these times are not very good in the world, but in Mexico, very violent and very difficult things are happening. That is very important to the woman educate. And that is the majority now in the world. And very
Always was.
important. Thank you, thank you for your support.
Okay, Christian is the chief mind officer of his company. He is an expert on the mind and how it generates the behavior patterns that lead to either success or failure. Christian is also the author of the #1 bestseller, 10 Ways to Reboot Your Mind for Success, this afternoon. So, sharing with you how to instantly connect with anyone, meine Damen und Herren, bitte helfen mir willkommen Christian Wassinger.
On July 16th, 1995, I landed at Logan Airport in Boston. Unlike today, it was hot and humid and muggy and not 3 feet of snow. I had one suitcase in tow and probably the vocabulary that would be equivalent to a 1-year-old. I arrived on a Sunday. I started work on a Monday. As Carl mentioned, my background was I was a competitive ballroom dancer, so I started working at a Fred Astaire dance studio. Now, I arrived on a Sunday. I started to work on Monday. Luckily, I didn't have to talk a lot because dancing is about moving. So I just moved people around. But the interesting thing that I did notice is that with some of my students, I had an immediate connection. We just had that instant rapport and we got along, even though we didn't really communicate on a verbal level at that point. And then there were other people, I did not feel that connection. And I just had a hard time getting closer to them and, trying to figure out how can I connect with them easier. And it wasn't until years later that I kind of asked myself the question, well, why is it that with some people we connect like that, and why is it with others we connected very, very quickly? That's right. So what I would like to share with you today are 3 ways of how you can build rapport very quickly with anyone. Now there's many more ways, but we only have time for 3. Now why should we even bother? We all are in the business of relationships, right? We all have relationships, unless you are at home and you work on your computer and you never talk to everyone, but seeing that you're here today, you have relationships. Everyone has a relationship today. I do.
I do.
All right, just double checking. And we all are really also in the business of sales. Even if we're not selling a service or even if we're not selling a product, we are always selling something, and you may not like the word selling or sales, then, use the word convincing. Whether you convince a child to brush his teeth, you are selling him healthy teeth, or whether you convince someone to go to the movies with you, or whether you sell a product or service. Now, if we don't have good relationships, if people don't trust us, guess what? We're not going to sell anything. And with you. You can choose something else. So here we are. We're going to start with the first way of how you can easily create rapport. We pay a lot of attention to it, and that's, well, I hope we do, but that's our language. Now, do we think that language is important to building rapport? Absolutely, because every word that we speak has a neurological effect on you and on the people around you. I'm going to have you repeat some words and phrases out loud after me. So close your eyes if that feels comfortable, and please repeat after me. I have to.
I have to.
I need to.
I need to.
I should.
I should.
I really should.
I really should.
I know I have to.
I know I have to.
I need to.
I need to.
I can't.
I can't.
I'm not.
I'm not.
I don't.
I don't.
I know I should.
I know I should.
I should clean up the garage.
I should clean up the garage.
I should lose weight.
I should lose weight.
I know I need to get more organized.
I know I need to get more.
I have to.
I have to.
I really should.
I really should.
Who you talk with and who are around you make them feel a certain way. Now, I don't want to leave you there. So let's close our eyes one more time if that's comfortable when we choose different words. I choose to. Repeat after me. I can.
I can.
It is my choice.
It is my choice.
I will.
I will.
I do.
I do.
I can.
I can.
Easily.
Easily.
Effortlessly.
Effortlessly.
It is my choice.
It is my choice.
I can.
I can.
I am.
I am.
I will.
I will.
I do.
I do.
I am.
I am.
I choose to.
I choose to.
How do we feel now?
Great.
Great. What else?
Empowered.
Empowered. So the way we use language will not only affect you, but it will also affect the people around you. Do you want to know the 3 worst phrases you can use?
I don't know.
I can't.
No, I want to know, you want to know them?
Yeah.
All right, thank you. I wasn't convinced. You really wanted to know them. I have to, I need to, and I should. The reason why those are so negative and so bad for you because the subconscious mind believes that you don't have choices. When you don't have choices, you will feel what? You will feel perhaps stressed or pressured or whatever the feeling might be. But not having choices will not lead you to feeling good. If you use those people, whether with one-on-one or if you manage people, and you say, we have to get the sales and we need to get this out when you should do better and we need to achieve a goal and we have to do this. Well, guess what? You're not empowering your team. You're actually going to make them feel stressed. So language is the easiest way of how you can instantly start building better rapport. Be aware of the words. I have to, I need to, and I should. Those are the 3 phrases I would like for you to start monitoring. And when you find yourself in violation, please replace them with I choose to, I will, I'm going to, it is my choice. So please replace those phrases. I have to, I need to, I should. Those are the 3 big ones. Only 7% of the meaning of our communication are our words. 7%. 93% of our communication is nonverbal. Now you know that on an unconscious level because you listen like that on an unconscious level. 38% is our tonality and 55% is our body language. That to be true. If I stood here and I said to you, I'm so excited to be here today. Love talking to you guys. Are you going to believe me? You're not going to believe my words. You're not going to believe, you're going to look at my body language and you're going to...
Happy.
People like people who are like them. People like people who like them. So if we talk to someone and we find that person is much like we are, we build rapport on an unconscious level. And there are things that we can do, it's called mirror and matching, and that goes into how do we use our bodies to create rapport without even saying anything. We differentiate in 3 different categories of people: visual, auditory, and kinesthetic. And you may have heard those phrases. Now, when you are a public speaker, it is very important that you address all 3 of those categories. 45% of people are visual, 40 are kinesthetic, and 15 are auditory. And what you want to do is, when you talk with someone that is visual, you want to talk with them in a way that they respond, wouldn't you? When you talk to someone that's auditory, you want to talk to them in that way. So therefore, they're connecting with you and they understand you. So, right, I don't get a sense. And if you're really visual, I have just lost you, because I put you to sleep if I'm constantly talking like this. However, if I had a client that's very kinesthetic, I need to meet them where they are. Because if they're kinesthetic, and I am like super visual, they are going to be scared of me. And then somewhere in the middle, we have the auditory person. An auditory person has a bit of a sing-song quality to their voice. They're very, it's very important to them how they pronunciate words. Words are very important to them. When you ask them a question, oftentimes they will repeat that question out loud before they give you an answer. The other interesting thing is that we can also tell by whether someone is visual, auditory, or kinesthetic by what their eyes are doing. There's 2 dead giveaways. Number 1 is the language, the adjectives that they use. You know, an auditory person may say, "Oh, that rings true for me. It's clear as a bell." So they use auditory words versus "it's crystal clear, I can see it." So imagine you are visual, and perhaps your business partner, your spouse, or someone you're talking with is kinesthetic, and you explain to them, "Don't you see it? Don't you get the picture? It's crystal clear. I'm trying to paint a picture in your mind. Why don't you get it?" It's like, "I just don't get a sense of what you're talking about. It just doesn't feel it. I don't get a grasp of it." Visual people will move their eyes mostly up. Where your eyes move tells me a lot. I can look in your eyes and I can tell what's happening in your thinking process based on where your eyes are going. When your eyes move up, you're visualizing something. And you have a little chart in your handout if you want to know exactly what it means, whether to go to the left or to the right. But when we go up, we are visualizing something. When our eyes are lateral, going this way, we are in auditory mode. You may be reciting something in your mind, maybe silently you're reciting the beautiful lyrics of the song we sang earlier. Perhaps you're singing to yourself, or you're remembering something auditorily. So your eyes, if you're auditory, go lateral. If your eyes are down, it means you're either in feeling mode or self-talk. And depending where you are means one or the other. Again, that's in your handout. What you have in your handout is for a right-handed person. With a left-handed person, it would be the opposite. It doesn't have to be, but most of the time it is the opposite. For example, if you do a fire walk, I've done a fire walk a few years ago with Tony Robbins. And when you walk across the glowing hot coals, the instructions are you have to look up and you say, cool moss, as you're walking across the glowing hot coals. When you cry and you try to stop yourself from crying, what you will do instinctively to stop yourself from crying is your eyes will go up. Because when your eyes go up, you cannot feel, you cannot be in feelings and emotions. So 45% of people are visual, 40% are kinesthetic, and 15% of people are auditory. So it is quite important that we learn how to speak with them differently, isn't it? When you meet someone for the first time, would it be okay to share with you the easiest way of how you can build rapport instantly with anyone?
Sure, yes.
A smile. Smile at people. A smile connects us, and always remember, A smile makes the one richer who gets it and receives it without making the one poorer who gives it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.